So I'm about to tell a story that I've been wanting to tell, but I didn't want to offend people. But right now, I don't care if I offend anyone. After the last 2 videos I posted, y'all probably stopped following me anyway. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. If you have a couple of minutes, I have a couple of messages. I've been sitting on this story for 4 years. Yes, it's about the birth of my last child. When Dre and I got pregnant with our last child, I wanted to do it as natural and old school as possible. That means we didn't find out the gender. In my entire pregnancy, we thought we were having a girl. And that means when I went into labor, I chose to have a drug-free birth. And I researched all the breathing techniques and all the meditative things to do to keep your peace and be able to get through a birth without losing your crap. I've had an epidural with my first, my second, and my third. My first one, I didn't feel anything. My second one, I kind of felt something. My third one, I was like, did you even give me an epidural? And I was like, by my fourth one, I think I can handle this. But it wasn't even me. And here's the story. My cousin calls me and she's like, hey, can I come down? And I was like, no, this is our last baby. I really want it to be an intimate moment between me and my husband. And this is my best cousin. Like, I love all my cousins, but this is my ace. And I was like, nah, don't come. I'm sitting there going through my motions and all of a sudden the door opens. In walks Dre's aunt and Dre's cousin. And the kicker is they didn't even know my real name. They just went in there and they were like, oh, you must mean the only black people in the maternity ward right now. So I'm still pissed at those nurses. I reported them, but I'm sure nobody lost their jobs. Letting random people go into other people's birthing suites just because they're the same race. The fuck is that? Anyway, all of the techniques that I had practiced to maintain my peace to be able to have a peaceful birth, as peaceful of birth as possible, went out the window when 2 random people walked into my birthing suite. And I'm in the middle of like contractions and stress, and I was pissed. Like, whatever is above pissed and irate, and I don't know the other word, but whatever is above that, that's what I was. Like, the pits of hell ain't got nothing on the heat that I felt inside. I literally could not regulate my body temperature that I was so pissed. And they over there trying to be supportive. Support your ass up out my birthing suite. What in your mind gave you the inclination that you can invite yourself into someone's birthing suite? And I honestly, in this particular moment, don't care if they see this video. And there's gonna be a part 2 because I'm running out of time, but I got something else on this. I may make an enemy at the end of this 2-part video. But anyway, they invite themselves in my birthing suite and I'm just pissed and I'm looking at Dre like, the fuck? This is supposed to be an intimate moment between you and I. We're not having another baby. This body's not carrying another baby, and we already got 6 kids. We don't need another one. And I wanted this for us. And they're over there trying to, it's okay, and I want to yell at them like, it's just not okay, get the fuck out. Part 2. So they're trying to, you know, they all having their high five and kiki moments and calling their family members and stuff like that. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. And if you have a couple of minutes, I have a couple of messages. This is kind of a rant, but there's a message somewhere in the rant. This is about the birth of my 4th child. If you want a better background, watch the previous video. So anyway, my husband's a little white liar, so I don't know if he invited them there. And when we talked about it later, he was like, why can't my family be in the birthing suite? 'Cause it's my vagina! Take a shot. I'm literally bust wide open and I have 2 random people, to me, random people in my birthing suite that I did not invite. My best friend, cousin, was not invited into my birthing suite. How are they in here? And I didn't feel I had the voice to say anything. I'm getting all shaky because this pissed me off. Like, I'm pissed today because of it. 4 years later, I'm still not over it. So anyway, I had went into the space of, okay, I can have this natural birth, but then they show up, takes me out of my game, and now I'm in excruciating pain. My 4th baby almost killed me. And I know it's because somebody invited themselves into my birthing suite. Anyway, the pain gets too bad, like, dude, I can't do this. And I'm like, I want an epidural. And of course, the nurses know that I waited too long to get an epidural, so they pretend to be ordering my epidural. Okay, let me do the typing all extra slow and stuff, because they know the baby's here. And by the time I get an epidural and the thing kicks in, I would have gotten an epidural for no reason. I can respect that, but, you know, you could have just said you waited too long. And that's my assumption. I don't know if that's what they were doing, but the fact that my epidural never came makes me think y'all knew I waited too long and you should have just told me. Anyway, I'm in excruciating pain and thank God I got him out in 2 pushes. That was the worst pain of my life. Like, if you ain't ever pushed a baby out without drugs, whew, Jesus. If you ain't ever pushed a baby out without drugs, piss the off. Woo, Jesus. So after the baby comes out, my temperature immediately starts fluctuating. So I go from freezing cold to where they have to put heated blankets on me to burning up. Get these freaking blankets off of me. So my temperature is going up and down, and then they can't stop my bleeding. And the whole time I'm pissed. And they're just so pleased with themselves that they came and showed up. Who the fuck invited you? Like, I can't impress upon, or I can't express enough how invasive it is to invite yourself into someone's intimate moments, to invite yourself into someone's birthing suite, to not call in advance and say, hey, is this okay? And the fact that they didn't know my name lets me know that they probably didn't talk to my husband first. Definitely a part 3. So the rant is over. Here's the message. What's good, y'all? I'm Lonnie Appleton. If you have a couple of minutes, I have a couple of messages. This is a continuation of a 3-part now video of my birthing experience when Dre's family members thought it was a great idea to invite themselves into my birthing suite. Pissed me off. I'm still pissed today. So if you want to hear that, past 2 videos. Anyway, so after we have the baby, I have the conversation with Dre. I'm like, how come you didn't support me? How come you didn't kick them out? And now in the headspace that I'm in now, I understand Dre's not a mind reader. But at the time, I was just like, how could you not know how fucked up that is that your family just walked into our birthing suite? Like, they literally didn't even know my name, so clearly they're not supposed to be there. Especially when previously I communicated to you that this was for us. This was our intimate moment. I told my best friend cousin she can't come because this was for us. And then you see these 2 people walk in. Why didn't you kick them out? And he was like, I didn't know it was a problem. I was so mad at him because I was like, how did you not know it was a problem? But he's not a mind reader. How is he supposed to know it's a problem? But for a long time, I was mad at him for not fixing it. I was mad at him for not supporting me. I felt because of his tendency to avoid conflict, he avoided the conflict and didn't stand with me. Now I'm evolved enough to know he's not a mind reader. And just because we had those past conversations, in his mind, he's like, well, it's my family. It's not like they're random strangers. Why can't they be here? So I forgive my husband. I think I just forgave my husband. But I ain't forgiving those 2. They should know better. They're both older than me, grown-ass women. Who, between the 2 of you and the cahoots in the conversation, when you had the freaking idea in the apartment, when you had the freaking idea in the parking lot, when you had the freaking idea in the car, when you had the freaking idea in the lobby, when you had the freaking idea and didn't know my freaking name, nobody was like, this probably is a bad idea. No, because older women in our community don't care. They're going to do whatever they want to do, and they don't care what they do and how it impacts the people they're doing it to. And we're supposed to just take it. And that's fucked up. I don't want to just take it. I don't want to go through life enduring BS from my elders because I'm supposed to just take it. Oh, you know, that's just Auntie so-and-so. You know me, Ma. No, especially when you invite yourself into my vagina. Take a shot. So fast forward, we have a family group chat. And Dre's ex hops on one of his sister's posts and starts bad-mouthing my husband. And I don't insert myself in no parts of what that woman got going on. So I just read the comments. Actually, Dre said, did you see what all was going on so-and-so's page? And you know, I'm nosy, so I went to go see. Part 4.